Let's get to Manchester United now, who've made it clear that they are prepared to meet Bologna forward Joshua Zirkzee's release clause of around £34 million. I'm delighted to say that Mark McAdam is with me now. So, Mark, we know the figures involved, but how close is this deal? Are we ever closer?
Not close at this stage.
Okay.
It's just an opportunity for Manchester United to speak to the representatives of Joshua Zirkzee, the 23-year-old Bologna striker. Now, he very much fits the profile of the type of player that Manchester United are looking to sign. You have to remember, this is the first summer, really, that Sir Jim Ratcliffe has had the opportunity to completely reshape the football club since taking over his share of Manchester United. And one of the provisos was that he had a greater say on the football operation at Old Trafford. We know he was in place for the January transfer window, but it was considered too soon to start doing major changes to the squad, to the management and to the infrastructure. We know that they are bringing in new people with regards to the sporting director side of things, to the CEO side of things, the recruitment team, and they want to kind of rejuvenate the whole club and do it in the right way. And one of the things they've identified is signing young, hungry, talented players that can fit into that young group that already exists there, that they can coach and develop and try and create a Manchester United team that you may have seen 10 or 15 years ago with that style, that incredibly talented wing play. They'd score for fun, they'd be high pressing, work hard, and they'd be dynamic and exciting to watch. That's the type of Manchester United that Sir Jim Ratcliffe wants to see. Joshua Zirkzee would very much be in that mould.
Okay.
As you touched upon, he has a release clause at Bologna of €40 million. Now, Manchester United can talk to his representatives because our information is they are willing to pay that. However, they want to have a dialogue, they want to understand what the player wants to do, and they need to understand the finer details of what it would take to get him at Old Trafford. So talks continue between his representatives and Manchester United, but he is not the only player that they are looking at. There are a number of options on the table, one of them being Lille's Jonathan David. He's another player of interest to Erik ten Hag. The thing about Zirkzee, 16 goal involvements in Serie A last season. So he's had a good positive campaign. He's still only 23, so at the right age. So it'll be interesting to see how this one develops, but just one of a number of players that Manchester United are looking at. But they have some probably bigger things to sort out as well at the moment.
Well, no more so than the manager himself.
Exactly.
Where are we with this? Because, you know, Erik ten Hag has come out and said, you know, they're still thrashing out the deal. Well, how long does it take?
Well, it takes some time.
Okay.
Of course, it's quite fascinating when you look back at the tail end of the season. April, May, the headlines were dominated on a weekly basis by Erik ten Hag's future. What's going to happen? He's going into the last year of his United contract. We know that there was quite a public pursuit of other managers, and that Manchester United had spoken to a number of other potential head coaches, but decided to go and doorstep Erik ten Hag on his holiday.
Ibiza, of all places.
Ibiza.
Love it.
And you know all about Ibiza.
I do, but we haven't got time to talk about that now.
And say that you are the man for Manchester United. 2 trophies in 2 years. We believe you are the right man to take this young group of players on a journey and get Manchester United back to where we want to be. And therefore, we're going to look to extend your contract. Now, that is Manchester United's key priority at the moment. We know that dialogue is happening behind the scenes between Erik ten Hag's representatives and Manchester United's hierarchy. And we understand it will only be a matter of time before something moves in the right direction, maybe some sort of contract extension or a new deal at Old Trafford, but that is very much at the top of Manchester United's agenda. And it's quite interesting because that's set in a backdrop of a little bit of noise in the media over the last 24 hours with regards to a former United great, Ruud van Nistelrooy, a player that was superb for Sir Alex Ferguson, scored goals for fun at Old Trafford. He was, you know, a real fan's favourite. At PSV recently, but has also been sounded out over a potential coaching role at Manchester United. That's according to various media stories in the last 24 hours. However, like we say, it goes back to the point. This decision will be left with Erik ten Hag. And at the moment, the key thing that Manchester United are looking at is tying him down to a new extended contract.
OK, brilliant. Thank you very much, as always.